Sanjib Pattnaik, welcome you to this session that we shall be having regarding our particular course that is based on total quality management, and our focus today shall be management systems for safety. This particular course, Total Quality Management, has been coded as MMPC-019, and already we have covered 4 different blocks whereby we learnt about the basics of TQM, requirements for implementation of TQM, tools and techniques of TQM, as well as what is the best way to go forward in adopting total quality management. Now, in this block 5 or your last block, we are looking at the various kind of systems of TQM and the standards. Now, when we say standards, already we have seen in 2 different units of this particular block, that is as given by ISO, International Organization for Standardization. There we have seen ISO 9000 series. Apart from that, also we saw ISO 14000 series, which was for protection of environment. Today, our focus will be what are the various management systems required for safety in a workplace. Now, when we are talking of safety, we have to remember every life, be it human being or others, be it also a plant, they are important for all of us. We as an organization cannot narrow down our vision that we shall only make profits. Here, the bottom line is compromising the safety of the workers and also the others. No, this is not possible in today's world. Safety has become one of the most major concerns in any organization, be it an industry, that means producing products, be it the service sector, wherever it is, safety has become most important. So now let us move into this particular unit, that is management systems for safety. Now, when we introduce ourselves to the management systems regarding the safety policy, Peter Drucker has said the first duty of a business is to survive. Now, when the business is to survive, it also means that its assets also survive. Assets in the form of lives. The focus is on avoidance of loss. So, if we avoid the losses, then we say that yes, our survival will go on. Now, any accident in the organization can cause loss of 3 P's. What are they? The people, property, and process. Let us think about a particular, suppose steel industry. We know that iron and steel, iron ores are converted through a particular process into finished products, that is the iron and steel sheets as well as bars. Now, if we look inside the organization, what we will be finding? Now, all throughout the process, starting from the input till getting the output, the process always moves hand in hand with danger. If you look at the particular blast furnace, one can think the iron ores are uh, liquefied there at very high temperature, and for that steam boilers are used. Now, when we are having high temperature, that is a danger. When you are having steam boilers, that means pressure of the boilers is present there. Use of many different type of poisonous chemicals are also needed. Now the danger is, if there is any kind of leakages, then it will cause severe damages to the workers working in the premises. Why premises? All of us know one great tragedy occurred in India, that is in the city of Bhopal. Anyone can go through the pages, go back into the past periods, they can look at the Bhopal tragedy. How poisonous chemicals leaked to the atmosphere and affected the people in the city of Bhopal. So, everywhere at any point of time there is a danger lurking around. So our best thing as management we have to do is how to prevent these losses or prevent this occurrence of dangers. So any loss, think about people. When a worker, when an employee, due to some mishap, there is loss, untoward loss, we can say there that we are losing out such a person who was trained with the system. He or she knew how to handle the system. Second is property. Any breakdowns, accidents which may cause damage to the buildings, the machines, etc., will create loss to the organization. Similarly, dangers in the process also brings about loss to the company. Now these accidents affect the bottom line of business. How? Now think about a loss that has occurred to, suppose first, that is people, the worker. You have to compensate the worker, you have to compensate their family, thereby that will hit your bottom line. Think about loss to the property. Any damages to the building, the machineries, etc., may require repairs, or in most cases, the complete change of the property. Now that will affect the bottom line of the business. Similarly, process. If the process is going out of order, then we know that our final output will become out of control. That means it will not match the specifications. So there we try to say the products are not as per the quality requirements or as per the demands of the customer, or they will not satisfy the customers. So any loss to the 3Ps can affect the bottom line of the business. Now the total quality management culture, if you want to have it in your organization, requires a systems or systematic approach to management of safety and health. Safety and health of workers, employees, anyone involved in the processing line or in the organization. Now, a organization's success will definitely depend upon how well we take care of people, processes, and customers. And here, when we are taking care, that is regarding the safety and health. Think about any product that may create health hazards being passed on to the customers. That may bring down the reputation of the company, or in other words, it may affect the demand of the products, or the company's demand in the marketplace or the market share will come down. So we require management of safety and health. Now, what are the need? Why safety and health is needed? Now, let us look at the things. First is regulatory agencies. Nowadays, why nowadays? Earlier also it was there, regulations were there, but now it has become stringent. Regulatory agencies, they try to take, we can say, periodic reviews of how the organization is taking care of safety and health of the workers, of the process, as well as the system in the organization. Now here we can go to an example regarding the regulatory agencies. Suppose a particular plant is running by using steam boilers or having a mechanized process which derives its power from particularly steam boilers. Now steam boilers are very highly pressurized chambers, and hot steam flows through the pipeline which helps to run the process. Now we will be finding from the regulatory side, factory inspectors or inspectors of factory and boilers would be conducting regular checks on the boilers, on the process that the organization is having. So regulatory agencies require safety and health. Secondly, every employee in the organization is an asset. Think about us, those who are working in an organization. Suppose on a certain day or certain time period, our health has deteriorated, or we have caught up with certain kind of disease. Like due to dust pollution, suppose we have developed lungs problem. So thereby what will happen? We may get admitted to hospital. Now let us think about the other side, organization. In our absence, another person will come and work there, who may be not that much proficient in doing the things as we were doing. So, every organization must strive to take care of the employee health. Job security. Suppose due to the working condition, we find employees are falling ill on a regular basis. So here the organization should try to take steps in order to control these pollutants. Not that they will ask the employees who are taking leaves on medical grounds that you need not join again in the organization. That means the company or the organization should provide job security to the employees, but it should take care of the environment in which the work is being carried upon. That means the environment should be conducive enough, healthy enough, and should be safe. Nowadays we find all the organizations, they adopt the insurance policies. It may be group insurance or insurance in the form of the ESI, etc. All these are cost to the company. Now, think about an organization not having insurance for its employee. If anything untoward happens to any worker or employee and they have to be admitted to hospitals, in that case what will happen? The company has to bear the medical expenses, the salary during the leave period, or in case of fatal accidents, provide job to another member, along with beneficial package to the fatally wounded employee. Instead of that, if the organization has an insurance coverage for its employees or for the organization, any kind of untoward incident, the insurance company will take care of the costs. But the initial insurance cost has to be borne by the company. Another thing is media. Nowadays we know that any untoward happening in an organization which is creating severe damage to human lives, then media people, that means the paper form or the electronic form or visual form, or you can say the internet form, all of them gather together and they provide live coverage of the situation to the whole of the world at the same time. Now this may bring a very bad reputation to the organization. Now at this present juncture of time, You cannot do away with the media. They are present everywhere in any form. Even if a recognized media is not present near the accident, it may so happen that somebody has taken a video clip of the particular incident site, and that may be leaked to the media houses, thereby attracting negative views for the organization, negative thoughts for the organization. Now, employees should be healthy enough, feel safe to work, so that what will happen? That the production will run smoothly. Production will run effectively and efficiently. A healthy body and mind always help to take proper decisions. If health is somewhat affected by the environment of the organization, then decision making may be a confused one, which may hamper the production. And ultimately, what is the impact? The impact is on the quality of the products or services provided. If employees are healthy, employees are safe, they try to deliver their best and they take proper decisions, work to their best of the skill set, experience, etc. Try to adhere to the set standard as per quality requirements and produce in a better way. Now let us see what are the losses due to accidents. Now, any kind of accidents may create losses which may be minor, which may also be major, which may also be catastrophic. When we say catastrophic, it can be like the gas leakage in Bhopal tragedy by Union Carbide Limited. So, for that, the organization may have to pay a very hefty fine so that all the affected people can be compensated. So the cost associated with losses which may occur due to accidents can be segregated into two types. One is direct cost, another one is indirect cost. Now, direct costs are those which we can see and everyone knows exactly how much is the amount involved. For example, a worker working in the organization faces an accident and his arm needs what we can say bone fixation by iron rod. Nowadays we know that when the bones are broken into two pieces, they can be joined up by iron rods or iron plates or carbon plates, which requires a major medical surgery along with medical care. Now, all this cost, starting from the injury time till the employee gets healthy, we can know how much has been incurred from the medical care expenses. So, that is the direct cost involved. Now, sometimes what happens? Damaged equipments are there due to accidents. Now, we cannot run the production process with damaged equipments. So, what we have to do there? Either we have to go for repair of that, that means we will be calling the mechanics, spare parts will be used, and all this will be costing us money, which we can see through a bill. Or if the machinery or the equipment is out of repair, that means out of the range of repair, that means totally gone, damaged, then we replace it with a new machine, which is also a direct cost due to accidents. Sometimes the accidents create losses of human lives. In that case, we have to compensate for the human lives by paying a hefty amount to the family. Forget about all the things. Let us think about a train accident which occurred 2 years or 2.5 years back. That was the Coromandel Express tragedy in Odisha. All of us know that 3 trains at the same time they collided, and lots of human lives were lost. Immediately, the railways announced hefty sum for the family of the lost lives. Not only that, the PM's fund also provided compensation. All these are provided to the family so that they can get through the shock that has occurred. So, compensation is also a direct cost. Now, apart from this direct cost, there are other costs which we do not imagine or think would be involved, but they are there. Like the indirect costs, which include loss of production. Suppose an accident happens, then in most of the cases, the production process may have to be stopped. Now, when you are stopping the production process for a length of time, it is a loss. You are losing out on productivity. So, this is a indirect cost. The amount we are losing out due to stoppage of the production whenever an accident occurs. So, loss of productivity is also there. How loss of productivity? We know that productivity is the ratio of output to a given set of inputs. Now think, an accident has occurred. So you will find even if the worker who has suffered the accident has been taken to hospital for medical attention or medical care, other workers will still be continuing to have discussion about the accident. Thereby their focus will not be on the production line, and this will be hampering the productivity. Now another thing is, if in by any chance a worker's life is lost, then you have to replace that place or replace the position of the worker by another worker. Now that worker may not be having the same kind of experience of running the process as the previous worker had. So you have to train the replacement worker. Now this training involves cost to the company. Now whenever accident happens, supervisors run to the spot. Instead of doing their respective work, they have to look at what is the damage that has been done or occurred, what is the safety issue involved. Thereby, the supervisor's time will be lost, or the supervisor may be asked by the top management, give us a report of what has happened. So the supervisor will stop his other works, which may be kept aside for later on, and he will get involved with the accident causes. So this creates a loss of the regular work time of the supervisor. Whatever are the regular activities supervisor would have done, that is now temporarily stopped. Another indirect cost is worker when the accident has occurred. They may be asking the supervisor what has happened, what was their observation. They will be taking stock of what are the safety measures installed, what are the lacunas in safety measures. Now all of us know that one of the biggest accidents that occur in India is due to short circuits that create fire in buildings. And in most of the cases it has been seen that either there is no fire protection equipments or firefighting equipments. If they are there, they are not functioning properly. So when the regulatory authorities come, people will have to be diverted from their regular work to answer the queries of these authorities. That also creates a cost, indirect cost. Now let us see what are the various safety management approaches. Now what organization in general do? First is swamp. What we understand by it? Safety without any management process. In our nation, it is very prevalent, the swamp. We don't have proper management process in around 70% of the organizations that take care of the safety issues. So safety issues, yes, whatever the employees know, they take care of themselves. So swamp is safety without any management process in the organization. Second is around 25-28% naturally occurring reactive management, that is NOR. What happens here? We don't have, suppose, a particular management process regarding safety, but as management we try to have a reaction to the accident if it has happened. So we try to take steps how to minimize the damages. Think about ourselves as human beings. If suppose any damage to our body has happened, any cut, wound, etc., then immediately our parents, they may take some kind of reactive management actions. That means either dressing it or providing tetanus toxide by taking us to a hospital, etc. Now the third safety management approach is world class. In India, we can say at most 2% of the organization may be adopting world class safety management approaches. When we say world class, we try to say that what are the best techniques available, what are the best protective equipments available, what are the best deterrents available to minimize or do away with the damages due to an accident. It has been found that root cause of any accident are unsafe act and unsafe condition. Now, unsafe act may occur due to the negligence of the worker. That means his actions may put not only themselves into trouble but also others into trouble. Another is unsafe conditions. Suppose we find in a organization the shop floor or the factory floor is filled with the oils or the lubrication oils. So the worker, while moving from one place to another, if required, will find it very difficult to move, because every chances are there that they will fall down and suffer injuries. So unsafe act is due to human beings, and unsafe condition is due to the processes or the organization's working place. Now, risk assessment and JSA, job safety analysis. Whenever any organization has activities going on, there are every chances that there may be hazards and risk of damages being caused due to accidents. So for that, the various activities of the organization, they are analyzed, called as job safety analysis. Now, job safety approach consists of the 5 steps. First is identification and selection of task. Second is breaking down tasks. Then third is identification of potential hazards. Fourth is assessment and elimination of risk. And finally, recommendation of safe work procedure. Now, let us go into taking an example and how we shall carry out the job safety analysis over there. Think of a, what we can say, the confectionery or a bread making factory. We know that breads are put into hot temperatures, the loaf, and it gets popped up and gets converted into eatable breads after a certain process. Now, what is the job safety that is involved there? Now, we have identified a task, that is bread making. Now, what are the potential activities involved in the whole task? So, we may say that kneading the dough, that means preparing the dough to convert them into breads, putting the doughs on the plates, putting the plates into the hot ovens, and after recommended time, we have to take out the loaves of bread already done, but the trays on which they are done are very, very hot. We have to take them out. What are the potential hazards? Now, burns. We can have the severe burns due to touching the hot plates. Now, when you are having the risk of getting burns due to this putting the tray into the oven and taking it out from the oven. There we think of the various ways in which we can eliminate this risk. One may say that why don't you use a flask-like thing, a flask to hold the tray and bring it out? Yes, that can happen. But if we think deeply into that, if I use a big flask to bring that tray out, there are chances of imbalance and the tray may fall down or the loaf may fall down from the tray. What else we can think? Many times nowadays we have seen the electricians who are working in high voltage lines, they wear protective clothes which are resistant to very high temperature as well as high currents. So we can recommend use the gloves to the workers while putting the tray into the oven and taking the tray out of the oven, and that can be kept as a safe work procedure. So always we have to analyze what is the task involved, how can we identify the risks along with the task, and how we can eliminate the risk and set it as a work procedure. Safety task assignment. Now, when you are talking of safety task assignment, we are talking of reviewing safety issues of any new task. Any new task, if they are there, then what are the safety issues involved? That safety issues involved or the risk involved, the workers should be properly communicated. That means we should apprise the worker about the risk involved. We should also apprise the worker regarding the procedure for performing the task, the way to carry out the task. And as far as possible, we should provide the workers with personal protective equipment which they can use during the work. Now, safety program education. How in an organization we can educate, train the workers regarding the safety aspects that we call as safety program education. One is training and orientation program. We can take the workers, we can have live demonstration of safe work procedures. We can ask them to carry that out. That means by their own hands. That means train them and orient them towards the safety. Similarly, there should be posters and banners. Sorry. Posters and banners which will be displaying the safety aspect inward. Best thing we can say everyone must be knowing. In most of the roads while you are traveling, there may be display by the regulatory authorities. Wear helmets while riding two-wheelers. Wear seat belts while using your four-wheelers. Do not use mobiles. There will be banners, there will be posters, there will be slogan competitions. Many times you will be finding college children, etc. They will be providing us the safety tips regarding driving on the roadside. So, in the industrial circle also, we can have posters and banners regarding the safety program. Another way is use of signages. Almost all of us might have seen if we suppose visit a hospital and we go to the radiology department, the first entry we make is to the registration desk. There will be certain symbols which will be cautioning us not to enter here and there except where they are designated. Then inside the X-ray room or the radiology rooms, there you will be finding strict warning signs which will be saying not to enter. Similarly, all of us might have seen, suppose let us go to an electric panel board. In the electric panel board, you will be finding a certain red symbol of a skull. Immediately all of us understand that it is danger to touch that or open that. So many kind of such signages are there which provide us an easy way to know what we are being asked. So safety task assignments are also given to workers. Everything we can do. We can train the employees, we can educate them, use the signages, but still we find people knowingly or unknowingly, they will be getting into unsafe practices. So here we require enforcement programs. That means to enforce the safety requirements. How? Now those who are adhering to the safety enforcement programs, we give them rewards. We reward them. Similarly, we can hold various type of compensations, competitions for the workers so that we can test their knowledge set regarding the safety aspect. But if we find employee those who are not adhering to safety guidelines, then we may take disciplinary actions. Disciplinary actions may be monetary or non-monetary, like holding back the promotions, holding back the various kind of increments, etc. We investigate the reasons why in certain cases safety guidelines have not been adhered to. There may be many number of causes due to which a worker may not adhere to safety guidelines. So we try to take corrective and preventive actions so that the safety program is a success inside the organization. Now, how can we implement the safety? Before starting any activity, any task, we should plan for the safety aspect. Particularly, think about projects. When we are talking of projects, we know that projects are one of endeavors or unique in nature, which are done for first and the last time, and projects are not similar to each other. Many of the projects are in such a kind of environment where nothing would be available to us easily, like in remote areas, in dense forest, in deep oceans. So there the activities or the task will be full of the safety issues. So you have to plan for that. Accordingly, according to the plan, you have to orient and train the workers, the employees, those who are going to work in the projects or the tasks. Similarly, we can provide incentives to them if they adhere to the safety standards. Now it has been seen that in most of the cases, the non-adherence to safety guidelines are due to alcohol and substance abuse program. So that should be investigated. If any worker is involved in such a kind of thing, then it should be reported to top authority immediately. From time to time, we have to take care of the occupational health problems. When we say health problems, general hazards can be, we have seen across the industries, be it product or services, tobacco, alcohols, they create loss of sensation while working. Drinking water, if it is contaminated, if radiation is occurring like in medical cases, drugs abuse nowadays is rampant, and if the food is unhygienic, the workers may suffer from health hazards. Similarly, inside the industry, there may be chances of the environment be too hot or too cold, bad lighting impact, too much noise which will impair our hearing sense, radiation, chemical exposure, dust which may affect the lungs. So industry specific health hazards are also there. So we can control the health risk by taking the engineering measures, legal measures, medical or periodical medical checkups. We should provide them with continuous education regarding health. There should be periodical check of the on-site condition of the workers. We should provide to the best possible on our side as the organization the protective equipments to the employees, and we should nowadays make the workers know about substance abuse, and if any accident still has occurred, let us find out the root cause so that we can take corrective actions and it may not be repeated in the future. And those experience will help us in the future. So with this, we shall be ending our session today. Thank you.